Am I the asshole for kicking my friend out at night because she threw up over a horror movie? I remember when everyone was saying that people were throwing up watching Terrifier 2, and then I saw it, and it was a lot. But like, you were puking? Come on, man. Come on. Grow up. Oh, never mind. You're 16. My friends and I have this yearly Halloween tradition where we have a sleepover at my house, turn off every single light, and have a horror movie marathon in my basement. This girl who I'll call Thea recently joined our friend group and came to our Halloween night for the first time yesterday. We started off the night with this film called Barbarian. Thea was terrified throughout the entire movie. She screamed multiple times, including screaming for 20 seconds straight during a jump scare. That sounds annoying. She started crying, hyperventilating, and hiding behind us. Why did she come to the Halloween movie night if she couldn't handle the Halloween movie night? Listen, it's fine. If you're not the kind of person that can do horror movies, fine. If you can't do Terrifier 2 or 3, I haven't seen Terrifier 3 yet, but I remember seeing the tweets. People were puking in the hallway in the theater watching that movie. You really got to know yourself, You can't ruin the fun for everyone else. I mean, if you're, come on, did you not know before now? What do you mean hyperventilating? She started crying, hyperventilating, and hiding behind us. She ended up going on her phone half the time to calm her nerves. We tried to comfort her, joking about how stupid the creature looks to try to lighten the mood. At one point, it must have gotten too much for Thea, and she threw up everywhere. We spent half an hour cleaning up after her and trying to make her feel better. She was still shaking and crying from fear. I suggested we watch some funny animal videos on YouTube to calm her down before going back to our horror marathon. She refused, saying that watching anything horror related would give her another panic attack. Why did she go to the Halloween horror movie night? Did you guys not warn her? Was she not warned of what happens at Halloween horror night, where we watch horror movies? Huh? I'm confused. I said she could stay upstairs with the light on and spend the rest of the night there and come back down when we finish the movies. She said that even that was too scary for her. My parents wouldn't be getting home until late, so there was no one in the upstairs part of the house. I asked Thea what she wanted to do instead. She said she wanted one of us to go upstairs with her so she wouldn't be alone. The rest of us were actually looking forward to the horror movie marathon, and we didn't feel like it was fair for one of us to be left out of something we actually wanted to do. Thea said she was terrified of the dark, being alone, and the basement. She begged for, you're getting her as far away from the basement as possible. Am I misreading the situation? I thought you told her to go upstairs. You're trying to get her as far away from the basement as possible. She begged for one of us to just stay with her. I told her that her only choices were to stay and watch the movies with us or spend the rest of the night upstairs alone. She began tearing up and pleading for someone to spend the night with her. I'll be real with you. I probably would be the one that would go up and be like, fuck it. We'll hang out upstairs since you're scared of this movie. But I wouldn't be happy about it. I'll tell you that right now. I'd be very disappointed. You can't man up. We're all in high school. I feel, I don't know. I grew out of being afraid of the dark when I was 7, I think, maybe somewhere around then. I haven't really had any problems with the dark. If there's something in the dark, some supernatural being that can kill me, you know what? Just make it quick. That's all I ask, quite frankly. But there isn't. There never is. What are you going to do? Never anything. I thought that this entire drama was just wasting time we were meant to be spending on our movie marathon. If she did agree to stay with us, then she would spend the entire time vomiting, crying, and having panic attacks. I also realized that it would be a bad idea to leave someone who's pissed off at me unattended in my own home. I told Thea it would be best if she left. It was only 7 p.m. Although it was completely dark outside, she burst into tears and said I was a monster for kicking her out in the dark, even though she was too scared to get home by herself. I said I gave her multiple chances to stay at the house, but she refused to take them, so this was my only option. She's been mad at me ever since and refuses to speak to me. Well, I'll say this right now. Sending a teenage girl outside and at night, I'm assuming she doesn't have a car, to walk home is crazy shit. That's crazy shit. That might just be like, me getting up there in age, but I can't even imagine sending like a 16-year-old girl out at night to walk home alone. I mean, I'm sorry, man. Maybe y'all live in one of those neighborhoods where y'all leave the door unlocked. But I don't know. a little bit of asshole here. I will say, why would you go to a Halloween movie night? This is like an everyone sucks here for me. And I don't care. It's fine that you have major panic attacks, but did you not? Like, did anyone tell her that this was going to be what you guys were doing tonight? That context is kind of important, but like this reaction's insane. Y'all just don't like her. Frankly, if my friend was having a panic attack and was scared, what would take precedent over a stupid, or that would take precedent over a stupid movie? Kicking a terrified girl who just threw up and doesn't feel well out into the dark street is something you only do to people you hate. Had to scroll way too far to read this. She is not a full-grown adult. She is legally, emotionally, developmentally a child. The movie messed her up so bad she was vomiting. Yeah, that is crazy. But I'm still going to maintain my everyone sucks here because I don't know. I guess I need more context that I'm not going to ask for, by the way. But maybe if you told me that you didn't educate her on what the horror movie night thing was going to be, then I'd be like, okay, well, then I just feel like you're just full on an asshole here. You surprised her with this, and then you basically doomed her to be stuck there. If she knew and she still showed up, knowing that she couldn't handle the movies, and this is an everyone sucks here situation because you're handling it poorly. She shouldn't have even been there in the first place. But I gotta imagine someone willing to take the hit. Did Thea know prior to coming? Yes, she knew we were having a horror movie marathon. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is it's like an everyone sucks here because I feel like kicking somebody out, a 16-year-old girl out to walk home alone, sketchy business. Especially when she's already like throwing up, she's terrified. But also at the same time, you went to a horror movie marathon knowing full well you couldn't handle it. So it's an everyone sucks here for me. Let's look at controversial. You're the asshole. Apparently this girl was traumatized by a movie. Okay, so worst case, postpone the event for a day she's not there. If you are sensitive enough to be traumatized by a movie, then you shouldn't be joining a horror movie night party in the first place. She's 16, not 6. Give me a break. I will say that. I did read the comment earlier. The person who was like, they're not fully developed yet. And it's like, 16-year-old afraid of the dark? I don't know, man. It is what it is. There's a difference between stupidity and an asshole. Traumatized girl falls under stupidity. OP falls under asshole. Not so one person couldn't hang out with her. Does anyone even like this girl? That is interesting. That not one of you, normally in a friend group, there's at least one who's like, you know what, I'll chill with her, it's fine. Maybe I'm just that person in my friend group where it's like, you know what, it's whatever. But you're the asshole. I'm not saying you're a bad person, just that you're the asshole in that particular situation. I'm surprised I don't really see, I feel like once the other person found out they said not the asshole, I feel like an everyone sucks here is a rational. Yeah, let's just take this guy's opinion. Let's not read the rest of his comment. He could say something very crazy at the end, like you should, I don't know, do something crazy. But it's all tame to me. This is all tame to me. It's just a little bit of everyone sucking.